So now let's check in on the tropics. Hurricane Melissa. I have zoomed in on Jamaica because Melissa is fastly approaching landfall if it hasn't made a landfall just yet. This is the island of Jamaica. You may notice with some of the labels like Montego Bay and Kingston. This is a very, very well-defined eye, and it looks like it's approaching western Jamaica right now to make a potential landfall. Landfall won't happen until we see the center of the eye go over a portion of land, so I would anticipate that right there around lunchtime, maybe even getting into the 1 p.m. hour. But Melissa continues to just have some staggering numbers. Category 5 storm, but an upper end Category 5 storm. This is one of the strongest storms we have ever seen down in the Atlantic Basin. 185 mile-per-hour winds. Those are sustained winds. Those aren't even taking into account the occasional gusts that can be higher. A pressure that is now below 900 millibars, 892 millibars. This is rivaling some of the lowest pressures that we've ever seen with the tropical system. I believe the lowest pressure we've ever seen recorded was Hurricane Wilma back in 2005 of 882 millibars. So only 10 millibars off a very historical storm for the strongest storm in terms of the lowest pressure we've ever seen recorded in the tropics. And then moving to the north and the northeast at 9 miles per hour. So Melissa has picked up speed as it is fastly approaching that western coast of Jamaica. Having a bit of a faster motion, not necessarily a bad thing. It has been moving at around 3 to 4 or maybe 5 miles per hour as of recently. If we can get this storm to start to move faster, that means the impacts will be gone a little bit quicker in Jamaica, who has continued to see round after round of tropical rain as of the last couple of days, but still forecasted to have some pretty devastating and catastrophic impacts in the island of Jamaica. Those are not terms that we say lightly as meteorologists. We've been continuing to watch coverage all morning long, and Melissa is having a landfall that is very, very imminent over the next couple of hours. And I imagine portions of western Jamaica are virtually never going to look the same. It is going to be very, very drastic, maybe even the potential for 30 to 40 inches of rain, and very mountainous terrain down there in Jamaica. So of course, all that rainfall that falls in the mountains has to go down the mountains. So those lower lying areas near the coast are going to be subject to their fair share of inland flooding, along with the combination of drastic storm surge with some very, very gusty winds blowing all of that ocean water in the Caribbean onshore into coastal Jamaica. So this is where things stand as of the 11 a.m. advisory. We'll have quite a few advisories with Melissa throughout the course of this Tuesday. And just taking a look at the path in the future, still going to be a major hurricane as it crosses over and makes a second landfall in eastern Cuba. Then it should make a form of a third landfall down in the central and southeastern Bahamas. And then it's going to continue to steadily weaken, but still a Category 2 storm after interacting with all of that mountainous terrain in Jamaica and eastern Cuba, and going to make a beeline path up to the island of Bermuda and impact them as a high-end Category 1 storm as is forecasted right now. It's probably sometime overnight Thursday into early Friday morning, but the good news is it stays well away from the coast of the United States, not looking at any impacts down in anywhere except maybe the southern coast of Florida, which could see some increased rip currents. Current watches and warnings, we do see plenty of hurricane warnings. Eastern Cuba, Jamaica, the Bahamas, and then these areas outlined in blue. Tropical storm warnings, meaning that tropical storm force impacts, a little bit less drastic than hurricane force impacts, are going to be very likely over in Haiti and Turks and Caicos over the next 48 hours. So here's a look at the numbers for hurricane season. 13 named storms after Melissa formed, which is one below average, but still well off what was forecasted by Colorado State. 5 hurricanes and now 4 major hurricanes, and 3 of these major hurricanes have been Category 5 status, with Hurricane Melissa said to be a historical storm down in the Atlantic Ocean. So we will continue to provide you with updates, but our thoughts and prayers are certainly going to those people in Jamaica and in the Northern Caribbean.